Well, good morning. How are y'all? You doing okay? It's an honor and a privilege to be here to speak with you today on this subject of situational awareness. I know it says shooter safety. We're not going to get into shooting today. That'll be another class if you guys want that. We can go out to the range and fire some rifles off and some pistols down range if you'd like that. We're going to talk about things that happen to us that can happen to us in a violent way: sexual assault, rape, muggings. We're going to go over all these subjects, but we're going to talk about the main thing, which is situational awareness. How do we take away the opportunity, take that person's opportunity away from getting to me? Okay, we're going to talk about the statistics. We're going to go over how many women are sexually abused, raped a year, a day, how many seconds it happens, and then we're going to talk about what we can do to take it away from them and how we can protect ourselves by taking the opportunity away from the assailant. Okay, so we'll get into this. This is a convicted rapist. Doesn't look out of the ordinary, shirt, tie, smiling.
He was all wet and muddy. He was like all his eyes were just empty. He put me on the pool table and was pretty much ripped off my clothes, was ripping off my underwear, ripping off my shirt, and trying to kiss me. I pretty much screamed one last time, "Help me, please, somebody." And he took his pants down, and right before that, he told me that a bitch like he was gonna die. There was police coming in from the downstairs, more from the front door. As always police and cops everywhere. And they were all with their guns holding them on to a guy.
It finally took 5 deputy sheriffs to get this guy down and to put the cuffs on him. And his wrists barely fit the handcuffs.
Let's talk about a couple things here. That was graphic, you know, hearing all that, hearing the woman scream for her life, is that's what she was doing. Let's talk about some things though. What was the main thing? Why was she on the couch? Why was she so scared? She was confined. She was confined. She couldn't move. She broke her leg. Okay. So we get in a situation like that. We know we're confined to a couch. Okay. What would we think our first thing would be for security purposes? What are some steps we could have taken to avoid this? Pistol in reach, a weapon in reach. That's good. I'm a fan of it. Any kind of weapon. Yes. A weapon, any kind of weapon, pepper spray, anything that you can get your hands on to defend yourself. An alarm system that automatically, you know, goes off with a ring. I tell my class all the time, ring doorbells. Anybody around your house, it picks up. This little camera system, it picks up, you know, how many ever feet that you set it, it automatically turns on and it sends a notification to your phone. Okay, that way you can see what's happening. You can call the police. You can get your weapon. The thing is, we got to take steps to where we protect ourselves and take the opportunity away. Okay, so if she knew that she was confined to the couch, you know, maybe just another night confined to the couch, you know, got her popcorn, got something to eat, watching a movie, and boom, how fast it happened. Now, how long did it take the police to get there? An eternity, right? An eternity. It was long enough to rape her. Okay, it's long enough to get her. It was raping her. Okay. When he came in, he said how many sheriff's deputies had to take him to pull him down? 5, right? And his handcuffs and his wrists hardly fit the handcuffs. Okay, so we got to think. Not only do I need to have a plan of action, but I got to have something that's going to help me even the playing field, right? A woman, every woman in this room, a grown man that stature hits you, it's going to be hard to defend. Okay. So we got to level the playing field with weapons, with a pistol, you know, pepper spray. Pepper spray is a lasting effect. It's not, you know, people like stun guns. They say I got a taser. Well, when you get done tasering somebody, guess what? It goes away and they can fight you again, right? So you got to make sure you got to take steps, take the opportunity, and protect yourselves. Okay. So just now look at this man right here. Shirt, tie. No visible tattoos, looks like just a young man, right? We see young men like this every single day, okay? So we always gotta be prepared. We always gotta be on watch, okay? And like I said, that first video, I wanted to show you some stuff that we need to take at your home security, okay? Security alarms, cameras, weapons inside your house, okay? We gotta take that, the opportunity away and protect ourselves, okay? Even if it's a kitchen knife, something. Anything. Wasp spray hurts very bad. Trust me, I've tested everything out. It hurts. Okay. What did we spray? What did you guys spray me on last class? Clorox bottle. Well, it was water in it. Yeah, bleach. It was water. They sprayed me with water. I made sure I had water in there before they sprayed me. But yeah, I was soaked that night. I mean, think about that. And anything like that can be around. Hornet or wasp spray, bleach, anything that'll hurt somebody's eyes, it can be used. Okay, so we got to start thinking that about those kind of situations. Let's go over some statistics. 1 rape or sexual assault occurs every 2 minutes. This is just United States. Okay, so 1 rape or sexual assault occurs every 2 minutes. 1 violent crime occurs every 5 seconds in the United States. Now, when you're reading this and when I'm showing you these things, I want you to understand that the statistics that we have are the only ones that are turned in. There's so many women that never even turn themselves, you know, they never even report it. You know, probably 35 to 40%. in, different reasons, because they're embarrassed or scared, mentally. They're drained. They don't want to do it. So we got to think about this. These are the ones that we know about. 172 women are physically and or sexually assaulted every single hour. So 172 women. By the time that we get done with this presentation, 172 women have been sexually assaulted or raped. 261,000 rapes and sexual assaults occurred in the U.S. in 2017. Now, what I say a while ago, that's 261,000 rapes reported, right? That's a big number. That's a huge number, okay? And that's just the reported number. 186 forcible rapes in 2017 as reported to police. So that's forcible rapes. That's the whole deal. Okay, that's not sexual assault. That's forcible rape. That's what we don't want. We want any of it, but we don't want forcible rapes. In the year 2017, 2.8% of college women experienced rape in a 6-month U.S. Department of Justice study. So 2.8. So we know that college women, 18 to 21 years old, 18 to 24, depends on how long they're experiencing this. And we'll get into the date rape and the drug rape and alcohol and everything. 17% of rape or sexual assault victims were victimized by who? That's huge, right? Somebody you knew. So 17% of women that are sexually assaulted are from people that they what? Trust. They got their guard down. Okay. Now I'm not saying you need to walk around and every person you know that's a male or a female, if they want to hug you, don't be like, come on, what you want? Okay. But you could. I won't be mad at you. Might test you here in a little bit. Okay. So 17% of rape and sexual assault are victims that they knew. So we have to understand that statistic. We have to understand that happens. Okay, neighbors. Most of them are neighbors. That people that know, friends. Friends of friends. Your girlfriend's husband. Anybody. Family members. I hate to say it, but family members, uncles, cousins, somebody that you know, that you let your guard down, because that's how they feel empowered when they say, well, she's got her guard down. Okay, and that's in everything we do. One murder occurs every 34 minutes. Raise your hand if you watch the news every day. Once a week at least. Okay? Do you always see somebody, this person shot on this avenue, this person murdered, this person burned to death? It's just crazy with the world we live in today. So we know that one murder occurs every 34 minutes. That's feasible. We know that from what the news says every day. Let's talk about media exploitation. The media is desensitizing us to certain things, especially women, okay? And I'm going to show you this. These are real ads. Now tell me how good that is for your daughter to see, or your son. These are real ads that places that United States people use every single day. Suggestive ads that demoralize women, okay? And it's making people think that it's okay to do that. Sex sells in America. Everybody knows that. All right. So what we have here on the left-hand side here, got a woman in the back of a trunk bound up, right? Bound up. Okay. Kidnapped. Got one right here. It's a clothing company. It says you can be caught dead in it. Got a girl dead hanging on a fence there. I think this is a game for hitmen for young kids. It's called Beautifully Executed. Girl dressed up in a sexual manner, bullet hole in her head. And we wonder why our society is going in such a downhill spiral. It's because we allow it, and we're sitting there watching this every day, ads every day. I know if you've watched TV, you've seen all those Hardee's commercials with the girls eating the hamburger suggestively. We know that. Our daughters and our sons are looking at this kind of stuff. What's wrong with that picture? What's it suggesting? Gang rape? You can say it all day long. Okay. She's even got where looks like she's actually, yes. Okay. And they're all just watching. You see these guys that are in shape, okay, got their hair done, got all that stuff. Boys look at it, you know, a boy, you know, my son will look at this and does he automatically say, I'm going to go do this to a girl? No. But over time, you start feeding these young minds, these people's young mind, and they start saying there's nothing wrong with this kind of stuff. We've got to change the way we look at things in society now. And this is all about situational awareness and preparedness. This is what we have to do as parents and what we have to do as adults. Here's another example. Nirvana. Yeah, our kids these days probably have no idea who Nirvana is. But there's a song, Rape Me, my friend. Rape me again. I'm not the only one. Hate me. Do it and do it again. Waste me. Rape me, my friend. Kids were listening to this. Okay. It's all about desensitizing and not giving a you know what about stuff like this. Okay. We need to understand that this is serious business. Media exploitation. We got a lot going on with TV and the news. They can influence so much, and we have no idea how much they are. And they desensitize us to this kind of thing. Let's define sexual violence. Any voluntary sexual act in which a person was forced to engage against her or his will. I said his. Men can actually be sexually assaulted. Okay, they can be. It's true. It's not the high number like women, but men can be. Force includes threat. Okay, so threats. Let's talk about threats. Threats can be, I'm going to kill you, I'm going to beat you. But threats, along with physical force, okay, coercion. Look, what all this is, and what that is using some kind of threat to influence you into doing something. Hey, how many times have you heard of a big wig boss saying, you don't do this, you don't sleep with me, I'm gonna fire you, or I'm gonna take money away from you. That's threats. That's force includes that sexual assault. A lot of people don't realize that, but anytime that you are threatened or physical force or mentally abused, that's sexual assault. Okay. Types of rape include acquaintance rape. We already talked about that. 17% happens acquaintance rape. Date rape. What is date rape? It can go along with acquaintance rape, right? Somebody you know, somebody that you got set up with, going on a date. Date rape drugging, which will go down with drug facilitated. But date rape is somebody that you're dating or you're on a date with, and they put a drug in your drink. You have no idea what it is, but you're close to them, right? You start to take that guard down. Types of rape. Okay, so date rape, gang rape. We all know what gang rape is. Okay, gang rape is more than one person trying to have a sexual encounter with you. Stranger rape is what we saw on the video. Somebody that you have no idea and forces you to have sex. Drug facilitated rape. Okay. Now, when you see drug facilitated rape, I'm not always talking about somebody slipping in your drink. Okay, you're out with your friends and somebody slips something. That can also be that you're out willingly drinking and then you just lose all control and somebody takes advantage of you. Okay, so when you see drug facilitated rape, I don't mean somebody did something wrong. Somebody slipped you a pill in your drink. I'm talking about you made the decision to drink so much that you had no idea what was going on and somebody took advantage of you. And that falls under this. Okay, so that's a little defining sexual violence. All right, what do predators look like? When we think about predators and we think about bad people that are going to hurt us, what do they look like? Okay, this guy right here, shirt, tie, looks like either a yearbook photo or a company photo. Looks like somebody you bring home to mama. Looks like he got his life together. Okay, wrong. It's Ted Bundy. Has anybody ever heard of Ted Bundy before? Pretty much. Okay. After more than a decade of denials, he confessed shortly before his execution to 30 homicides committed in 7 states between 1974 and 1978. The true total remains unknown and could be much higher. Police think it's probably in the hundreds. So he probably killed about 100 people, 100 women. What was his main tool when he killed people? I'm not talking about physical tool. What did he use? His sex appeal. His looks. He was nice to him. What do we do when you see somebody nice, be nice to you? Where's our guard go? Almost gone, right? Young girl sees a nice looking young man. wanting to take him out to dinner. He didn't just kill him. I mean, he didn't just kill him, hey, I'm going to kill you. He did some of that, but sometimes he went on dates with him. Maybe dated him. He dated a girl for 6 months before when he started doing it, when he started killing. He dated a girl for 6 months before he killed her. Okay? So, and even in his trial date, does he look like a serial killer? By our standards. Looks like a businessman. Okay? So we got to start thinking. We got to start having our guard up and start looking for signs and taking these opportunities away. Officer or killer? Okay? Looks like a police officer, right? See somebody like that every day. He was actually a dog catcher, but he looks like a police officer. Mr. Dennis Lynn Rader. Anybody heard of the BTK killer? All right. Murdered 10 people between 1974 and 1991. BTK stands for bind, torture, and kill, which was his infamous signature. He sent letters describing the details of the killings to the police and to local news outlets during the period of time in which the murders took place. I'm going to give you a little backstory about this guy. He did all this, and boom, vanished. Never saw him again, kind of like the Zodiac killer back in the day. Well, somebody was doing a documentary on him, like a book and a TV deal. He found out about it. Started calling the police again like he used to give them clues. He said, and the police said, how do I know this is BTK? He said, well, I'll tell you some more stuff about the murders that I would only know. He said, how can I get in touch with you? And the guy said, I'll tell you what, go put it on a floppy disk and send it to us. Well, he did, like an idiot, put it on a floppy disk back in the day. Sent it to them. They traced it. He didn't think that just because he deleted his emails and all that stuff that he wrote on there, they traced the links and all that back. You know where they found him? You know where they found what computer he was using? In a church. He was a deacon at a church. Okay? I'm not trying to turn y'all off church because Jesus does save, okay? But I'm just telling you, okay? When they popped his trunk, when they arrested him, he went to his trunk, he had all of his tools fixed to start doing it again. Okay? Had everything ready to go. Now, he looks pretty rough right there. He's having a hard day right there. But people like that every day, right? So what do we think when we think of a predator? What's the face we think of? Right? Now, he is in a jumpsuit. He's got a swastika on his head. Yeah, he's probably a bad guy. But we can't look at this and say, well, that's what all predators look like. That's what they look like. You got a tattoo on your forearm. I'm watching you. But then the darn businessman will come around and clock you on the head with a hammer and take you away. Okay? So we got to get out of this mindset and we got to get some situational awareness about ourselves. All right, let's talk about predators. Okay? Just a little backstory, it's a little long video. Guys come in, they kind of start acting crazy, a little weird, suspicious. They call the police in. And I want you to watch how the awareness is just away from the police. They don't even have awareness in this, and it proves to be fatal. I don't know why we're stuck in robot mode in these videos, but I apologize. Now, have they done anything right now that makes you suspicious? Do they look like they just kind of come in looking around the store? Okay. Cash register's right here.
No, they just left it. Let me leave you with the cash register and I'll stop.
Exactly. How could they even know they were being suspicious if they weren't even there? And there were two of them behind the counter. You see that? See what he did? Tell him to give me all your money. They hit a secret, call button. That's why the police came. You'll see them now. You see how quick he did it though? In Spanish.
Um,
Let me translate.
Can you?
Oh, but no, I can't. Yeah. Okay, so we got the first officer walked in, right? See him? Obviously, it's a police officer.
One guy's in the back, right?
Mm-hmm. He's back here with, yes. Here comes the second police officer. Now,
So the lady has seen the gun, right?
he told her when he said, the cops came in, he told him, obviously he told him to shut your mouth and everything's going to be okay. So that's why they ain't saying that. Now, you're called to a robbery in progress, right? Possibly. You see guys standing in there, you just walk right in, not asking questions. Is he fidgeting right now? Being a little nervous. Nervous.
Yeah.
His partner's back there. Money from the back or something. I don't know what you give him. Give him something. All right, so now he's searching this guy right here in the back corner. Did you see that? He's searching him. What's this one doing? Huh. Yeah, that's awful lame. Perfect opportunity.
Yeah. It's like there.
Wow. Okay, how was that already? Wow.
Okay. Who in here is a police officer? Raise your hand. No training. Okay, you guys have no training in that, right? What all did you see wrong in this video? Answering a possible burglary call. Right? Yeah, that's why they showed up. So you get a possible burglary call, and you walk in like this. Hey, what's up, man? How you doing? You seen a burglar? And then he did this. Are you a burglar? No, man, I'm good. All right, cool, dude. And I'm not going to make a lot of situations because police officers lost their life right there, but what I'm trying to say is you're not a police officer, and you're not going to go in this situation because you're not a police officer, okay? But when you enter this bank, do you just enter like this? I'm here for work. Is that what you do? Some of you probably do. Coffee in one hand, person.
We're leaving by ourselves. That's what I worry about the most. Whenever some of us are leaving by ourselves, so we have to lock the bank behind us and nobody's around.
Right.
I really don't
And that
feel good
just-
about that.
And it's
Especially after the time changes.
Yeah,
And
dark.
there's so many
Yep.
homeless people now.
My son was with my father one time, and they were going in the bank. They were going to like Trustmark or something on 19 there. I know, sorry. So he just jumps out of the car. He starts walking to the door, and Daddy says, "What are you doing?" "Going to the bank, Papa." No, you're not. He learned a valuable lesson that day, and Daddy told him, he said, "Don't you ever walk out in front of, and just go into the bank not looking around you." So probably a couple weeks later, my wife called and said, "Okay, so obviously he's been with your dad." I said, "What's going on?" He said, "We pulled up to the bank the other day, and it was a store, Superstop or Safeco." And they said, she got out, and then Caden said, "Hey, what are you doing, Mom?" She said, "I'm going in the store to get you a drink." He says, "You're supposed to look, make sure everything's good before you walk in that store." So he learned that, okay? We can apply that to our jobs, our homes, and we'll talk about the homes here in just a second. We can apply that to our jobs here. Before I walk into my place of work, I need to have some situational awareness about myself, see what's going on. Do I fly up in this situation and then I'm all a part of this too, a robbery or something's going on? Or can I be the savior and look and say, right before I walk in the door, I look and say, ooh, something's going on here. I need to call somebody, if I can. So situational awareness, take away their opportunity for you to get hurt, okay? And we'll talk about leaving, by yourself and stuff. Who is responsible for your personal safety? Are the police? They can help you, right? But guess who's responsible for your safety? You are. Not only for your safety, but for your family's safety, okay? You're the only person that can take it into your own hands. And let's get into awareness. Let's talk about the victim's triangle, okay? So we have the crime, which is being committed, and you have the victim and the assailant. All right, so any triangle, if you take the bottom out, what's the triangle do? Falters, right? Can't hold up. It's got to have a base. So what's the base? You see it. Opportunity. Remove the foundation of opportunity, okay? So you have the assailant and you have the victim. The only thing that's left to commit that crime is opportunity, okay? So we have to be diligent and we have to take away that opportunity so that doesn't happen. And I'm fixing to get into this right now. Awareness lesson. Lessen your chance of being a victim. Tell me some ways in your everyday life that you can lessen your chance of being a victim. Being aware of your surroundings. Woo! Woo! What about this right here? That's bad, ain't it? Okay? Be aware of your surroundings.
There was did y'all hear about several months ago, back in the summer, there was a girl going into a bank. She had headphones on. This is in Cincinnati. And it was being robbed. And several people tried to tell her not, but she couldn't hear what they were saying.
Just went right in there.
She got killed.
Oh, man. That breaks my heart. That's what I look all the time, and I stop people, and I know people probably think I'm a crazy man, but when I see women or men, they got their headphones in at Walmart, I pull them out. I'm like, hey, dude, ask you a question. And then, they're like, yeah, man, what's up, weirdo? And I'm like, if the store was being shot up right now, would you be able to hear it? And then the first thing's like, no, is it? What's wrong? And I'm like, okay. I said, do you feel that adrenaline dump you just had? Yeah, man, are you okay? Are we okay? I was like, oh, we're fine. I said, but you wouldn't be. You'd walk right into the gunfire. Okay. So that's a perfect example. Thank you for saying that. I didn't hear that story, but that's a perfect example. That's crazy. Somebody trying to warn her, and she was so oblivious to the situation that she walked in and got herself killed. Okay. So, good. We already said that. Be aware of your surroundings and situations that might be dangerous. We already said the time's changing right now. So we've got to start rethinking of how we're doing things. Okay. Now, can crime happen in broad daylight? You bet. Okay, it happens anytime. But it's more time, nighttime and dark where people won't want to be seen. Okay. So we've got to be aware of our surroundings. What's happening? Is there something different? When I parked my car there, was there a van there when I parked there? Is there a van now? Is there somebody standing by my car? It's something different. When I go into this bank, when I come to work every single day, or I go wherever my job is it going to be dark when I come back out? Am I by lights? When I go into Walmart, is it 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock, and then I'm going to go see my buddy and talk for 2 hours at Walmart, and all my milk's getting cold, and then we come back out and it's pitch black dark. Where'd I park? Okay. We got to have all this stuff thinking about. You got to have all this in our brains, okay? Know how to avoid these situations. Make a plan, okay? Make a plan of action. Know what choices to make if you find yourself in a potential situation. Okay, so I've thought about the worst case scenario, and now it's happening to me. But guess what? I've got a plan of action now, right? Know what choices to make if you find yourself in the situation. Okay, so if you're going over this in your brain, is it going to be a surprise to you when it actually happens? Or are you going to be able to act upon it? We got a saying in the military and police, as you train, so shall you fight. Okay? And that's if you train like you fight. Okay, so you gotta do some mental games with yourself. What's going on? You know, where am I at? What time is it? What time's it gonna be? All right, let's talk about mindset. These are the color codes of life. This is how we deal with situations every single day. And this is our state of minds. Okay. Condition white is unalert and unaware. Guess what? I'm going back to my car and what am I doing? 5 likes on my Instagram. That's what I'm talking about. Or this, Snapchatting, doing all kinds of stuff. Unaware. Now, not only cell phones, how many of you got children in here? Think they'll be a distraction? God love them, love the babies, but they'll be a distraction. You know, going to the car. Somebody told me the other day there was a situation where a lady put her son in the car seat. Guy jumped in her car. What happened is she put the son in the car, and her keys was one of those little keyless stars where you can just push start if it's around the car. She put her keys down, just put her son in the car seat. Guy came in, started the car, and drove off. Luckily, she still had the baby, and when he pulled off, she pulled this way and got the child out. How many of you got those kind of cars in this room? Keyless stars. Mm-hmm. She pulled up, apparently pulled up with the buggy, popped the trunk, and was going to put the kid in the back passenger side, and then pulled it away. Thank God. Okay. So we're unaware, unalert. Now, cell phones, kids, everyday life happens to us. We got bills due. We got something that broke at the house. I argued with my husband, not my husband. Don't get that out your head now. All right. So, argue with y'all's husband. Why? Okay. All right. So, we're arguing with them. We got to argue with our teenage kid, a teenager, my mama, my daddy. Something's got us to where we're in la la land. And let me tell you something. When an assailant attacks somebody, they're not going to attack somebody they think is going to put up a fight. They're going to do it to the weak, okay? Because that's how they are. Because they're weak. They're cowards. And that's who they're gonna attack. Okay. So we never want to be here. Never want to be white. Yellow. Relaxed alertness. What is relaxed alertness? Okay. So we're at the same situation. We're leaving the mall. We're leaving wherever you are. You're relaxed. You're looking around your surroundings, looking at your car, looking at underneath your car. When you're walking up, looking underneath, looking what's beside you, looking if the lights are on, looking if there's anybody that, following you. There's nothing wrong with walking like this, just taking a look around. Okay? Anything wrong with that? Nothing. So we got to have relaxed alertness. Okay? We're not going to be, and if let's get into the other ones, we're not going to be so unaware. We're going to be relaxed because we can't fight if we can't make good decisions if we're angry or we're scared. Okay, so we got to have what we call the yellow, the relaxed alertness. So when you're walking somewhere, pushing the buggy with the kid, shut up. Y'all act like y'all ain't never done that before. And thumps. Don't think I got my lips thumped before. I've got them thumped. Okay, so relaxed alertness, be aware of your surroundings, and be what we call a hard target. Hard target is somebody that's going to be hard for me to rob. You beat me up before. I know how you are. Okay. So, Casey also. All right, orange. Condition orange. Focused alert. Now, focused alert is going to be all swole up, ready to go. Somebody asks you for some money. Get off that. All right. You don't want to be that. Okay. Because you're too tense, you think everybody's a threat or whatever, and you're gonna make yourself sick. I'll worry, okay? You're gonna pull your daggum gun off because somebody needs jumper cables or something. Okay, so focused alertness. All right, there's times we have focused alertness, but we want to be relaxed. Okay, we want to be relaxed, okay? Now, condition red, fight or flight. Okay, that's when something happens to us and we get that's natural. We either got to fight it or we got to run. Okay. Now, am I going to tell y'all to sit there and square up and box somebody in the parking lot of Walmart? No, don't do that. Okay. Let's try to run if we can. We'll get into some situations here in a little bit. So, You got the red, which is fight or flight. I've done everything. I'm relaxed, but I'm alert. Okay, something's happened. And this dirtbag still wants to try me. Okay, so now we got to make a decision. Do we fight or do we flight? And guess what? It all depends on your situation. Okay, am I backed into a corner? Because guess what? If I'm backed into a corner, can I run? Now we got to fight. I got to fight till I can run, right? Is he trying to put me in a van to take me away from somewhere? Because I promise you, if he's doing this stuff in broad daylight or in public, guess what he's going to do to you when you're away from everybody? Not going to be good. So then we got to fight, okay? So this is your red, fight or flight. Condition black, panic, non-responsive. Does anybody have anxiety in here about anything? Okay, so.
Yes, about this happening to me and my daughter.
All right, so black is going to be condition black, which means just always remember that black's going to mean that you shut your eyes. That's all you see is black, just black void. Yeah. Or could be panic where you see black and you just go crazy spider monkey on somebody. You don't remember what you did. That's you. That's her. Okay, so we got to train our mind to where we have to be, a spot, the red where we fight or flight, the yellow with a relaxed alertness. Okay, we don't really want to be black on the mindset because it's just non-responsive. That's passing out. Okay, that's something you get so scared that you just black out and you pass out. Well, hopefully he's just trying to get some money. He's not going to really hurt you. Okay, so we don't want to be in the void. We don't want to be in the panic and non-responsive. How that happens is you have to train your mind. Every time you go somewhere, you start thinking. Okay, you start thinking of what could happen. What am I going to do if this happens? Because I promise you, if it does happen to you, you've already got a plan. You can start acting on it. Okay, because you may go your whole life without incidents. But what happens at one time that you do and you're not prepared? It could be life-threatening. Let's do some incidents real quick. A woman had parked her car when Orlando Gonzalez called out to her that something was wrong with her car and told her to come look. She stepped toward him and he forced her to get back in her car. He kept grabbing at her and asked if she wanted to get stabbed. She started kicking him. That was when it hit her that the unbelievable was happening. Yet she kept fighting him until he gave up and left. Okay, what condition was she at that point? Was she red? All right, red. Fight or flight. Okay, so what did he do? He said, hey, man, something's wrong with your car. We live in Mississippi. Okay, we got hospitality. People are like that. They're like, hey, maybe somebody hit your car or something. I'd tell somebody that. But you just need to walk up and say, oh, my God, what happened? Okay, hey there. Okay, so this ugly guy on the camera up here. So, you sit there and you're like, and that's what Ted Bundy did. One of his instances were, hey, your tire's flat. He had a hammer. And she said, where's my tire? Pop, right there. That was it. Okay? So we don't want to be like that. Say, if you're at that point, what would we say? What's wrong with it? And he may start talking his little gibberish. You can kind of peek around the corner and say, well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to call my husband, and he'll come. Or I'll go back in the store. I got a buddy of mine in the store. I'll let him come look at it. Okay? Don't just trust people at the word anymore. And I hate to say that, but do it.
One time I was at a red light and there was a man in a truck next to me and he was blowing his horn to get me to look at him, and he rolled his window down and he was trying to tell me that my tire was like pointing, and he obviously wanted me to pull over so he could, and I was like, oh.
So you didn't pull over?
No.
That's good.
No, my tire wasn't flat. Nothing was wrong.
See?
I mean, he was trying to get me to pull over so he could probably do whatever.
Yep. I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's not unfathomable. That happens. Was it back in the 80s in Meridian? The guy had the little police light, serial killer. I mean, look here, and I'm going to tell you this because I can tell you this from experience because I know that I wouldn't be mad. If I pull over a woman or if I pull over somebody and they go by the rules and using their blinkers, not speeding up, And I pull them over, and they're from a dark alley, and they go to the Dollar General or they go to a Safeco, a lighted area, and I pull up and I say, ma'am, I tried to stop you back there. What's going on? I was scared. I wanted to be in the lighting area. Perfect. You know what I mean? So if something ever happens like that, call 911 and say, hey, my name is this. I got an officer. I'm on this road. Will you please tell the officer I'm scared? I'm going to go up here to and tell him exactly where you're going. Use your blinkers. I promise you everything's fine. You know why? Because if the cop, for some reason, don't believe you and he treats you bad, guess what you got on that recorded now? You got it on 911, right? So just a little tip, okay? So don't just take people at their word. Let's think about some situations. Those are some great examples y'all gave. After helping William Porter carry his groceries to his car, Abraham Barnes pulled a handgun, robbing and forcing Porter to drive him across town. Okay? So what did this guy do? He actually helped the guy take his groceries, right? And then he robbed him or made him go across town. About 4 or 5 years ago, we had an elderly man get killed at the North Hills? Bowles. Sweet man was getting flowers for his wife. I think the wife had passed. Yeah. She was still alive. It was Mother's Day. And my man got shot. Okay. You talking about mad? I mean, that's kind of stuff right there. Okay. A kidnapping and rape began as an Idaho woman was loading groceries into her car in the parking lot when a van drove up and 3 men forced her inside. Now, I promise you, if I'm going to die, it's going to be right there by my car. You're going to kill me right there. Okay. I'm not going to die in that van. Okay. So that's the mindset that we have to get in. Okay. I know that we live a good life. Everybody in here, I'm sure, lives a pretty comfortable. Scream, scratch, crawl, spit, I don't care. Kick groins, I don't care. Scream, and I'm going to go over some stuff too, like you can, if you need to. Okay, so you say you're here loading groceries. You always got to make sure that you have an escape route. Okay, so most of the time, groceries, you look, say, okay, well, if somebody pulled up behind me or beside me, I still got this way to look. Okay, so you start feeling some stuff. You start throwing elbows. You start biting, scratching. The only, there's no fair fighting in a street fight. Okay, whoever wins a street fight is the one that throws the dirtiest blow first. Okay, now I see what your concern is, though. Now, most women that I deal with, I've already trained. They waiting for somebody to grab them because they got their little concealed carry purse right there, and they're gonna be like, "Hey, go!" Okay, so and that's a whole nother subject. Is
the first thing, if you're thinking ahead like you just told us,
yes, ma'am.
Then possibly if she had been aware and saw the van coming, she
right.
would have put a guard up then.
That's exactly right.
Start thinking about things.
That's exactly right.
If
Maybe
you hear a car coming, you're gonna.
Yep. Exactly. Because we all have that sixth sense about ourselves, and we all have our senses. We hear when a car pulls up behind us. We can hear it. Okay. Have you ever been in a situation where your hair and neck stands up? Maybe something scared you before. That gut feeling is true. It stands to be true for you. Okay. But you got to be aware, like you said. If you're doing everything that you're supposed to be doing, it's going to be hard for you to be a soft target. Okay. But yes, ask your question. 3 men come grab you. It's screaming banshee lady time. Yep. 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 I promise you, the only thing you can do is, like I said, if you get put in a situation and you get jumped like surprise, the only thing you can do is be as violent as possible. But like I said, you're the victim, they're the assailant. What are we missing? Opportunity, right? We got to do our best we can to do our opportunity. The serial rapist carjacker targeting mothers because they were what? Well, what? Placing children in car safety seats. What did I just say a moment ago? Okay. The abductions occurred in Louisiana outside church daycare centers, a church school, and a pediatric office. Okay. So a pediatric office was what? A kid's doctor, right? That's where he was charged. That's what because he knew that's where they were going to be distracted at. Okay. A petite woman was getting into her car in a California parking garage when a man came up to her, put a knife to her throat, and told her to get in the car. She knew that whatever harm he'd do to her in the parking lot would be worse if she went with him. She pushed the knife away, but he put it back. The woman shoved her purse at him and ran for help. The man jumped into her car and sped out of the garage. Money, credit cards, cars can all be replaced, right? You can't. I tell people all the time, they say, okay, Jeremy, what do I do if somebody comes up to me and's like, hey, give me your money? And I tell them all the time, I say, I do this special karate move that I've learned a long time ago, and it's, hey, have at it, okay? That's all you got to do, right? You don't, hey, take all that. I'm so broke, they'll probably put $20 in my wallet. I said, don't ever do that again. That gum. Better have some money next time I rob you, okay? So, but like I said, she had that, whatever harm they do to me in public, it's going to be worse in this van or wherever they're taking me. So she did whatever she could. All right, using your intuition to detect criminal minds. All right, this lady, Robin Middlebrath, entered a tanning spa shortly before closing time. Asked the female employee if he could use the bathroom, did so, then left. The young woman felt uneasy about his behavior. Like I said, that hand connect, gut feeling, okay? Just a twinge, just a bit off. Her gut feeling proved prophetic. She mentioned him to a couple just leaving, and they checked outside. Police found him waiting in the parking lot with a ski mask, handcuffs, a butcher knife, and sex devices. Police say Middlebrath, a convicted sex offender, had unlocked the spa's back door before leaving. If that didn't just give you chill bumps, I don't know what will. That's scary, okay? But what that girl, she said, look, something's going on with this guy. I don't know what's going on, okay? We got to use that intuition to help ourselves and to help our surroundings be situational awareness, okay? All right, so let's go over some things. Parking lot safety. Where should you be looking? What is she doing right now? It's kind of blurry, but yeah, she's looking down. Now, is it better for me, if that's the corner of my car, is it better for me to walk her here? Or is it better for me to walk this way? And look, it'll be a little harder for him to get to me if I'm all the way over here and I got a chance to run, right? Anything, buildings, okay, buildings, anything that blocks your line of sight, what we call in law enforcement and military is called slicing the pie, which is if I'm entering a room with a gun, okay, I can't just run up in the room going, hey, who's shooting in here? Okay, I've got to take my time and go around the corner to see what's going on, right? So vehicles and buildings, take an angle, get out to where you can see, okay? Could he easily shoot her or grab her at this angle? Be harder for him to grab her, you know, he's got a gun, but harder to grab her if she was out a little bit more, but she's so unaware, she's in the white right now. All right, be conscious of lighting and use it. Look under cars as you approach them. Okay, let me tell you something now. You can try this when you leave somewhere. Leave a destination. When you're going to your car, if you're far enough away, even from here to that chair against that wall, you can look underneath your car and see if somebody's hiding or see feet or anything. Okay, so be aware of that. So I'm walking and I'm aware, I'm looking to see if anybody's behind that or anything. I can see them crouched over, a shadow or anything, okay? So make sure that you look under your car as you approach and be conscious of the lighting and use it. Is it 5 o'clock? Is it after church when I'm going to the grocery store? Is it going to be dark by the time I get back? Okay. Use those lights. Those lights are for a reason. They're not just to help you see. They do that for a reason. Okay. So they're not, we can be seen and we can be out in the open. Watch areas that can conceal someone. Can somebody hide behind them in a parking garage? Oh yeah. Okay. So always be looking. Have your head on a swivel. ATM safety. If lights are around the ATM are not working, do not use the machine. It's not smart to go up to an ATM in the pitch black dark, is it? I wouldn't think so. Do not select the ATM at the corner of a building. Why would we not select an ATM at the corner of a building? Yeah. Line of sight's limited, right? Come around that corner easily, okay? Park as close as you can to the machine. Why would we park as close as we can to the machine? Is that a plan of action? Something happens, right? Okay. Never count cash at the machine or in public. Okay. Hey, We'll deal with that bank's mess up later. I'm not gonna sit there and be like, man, this is 400, not 600. Okay, can't do that. All right, don't do that. Oh, I never had to say that. I don't know why I even said that. No, I'll probably be like, man, I can't believe they had to give me $20. I only needed $5. Okay. So let's talk about this. We got our money. I get in my car. Is it okay for me to count it then? I'm in the safety of my car. I can get in there just as quick as right there outside. Yes. Keep your car running and doors locked. Okay. This is talking about when you're in it. When you're, if you got children in the car, how many times that we go out to the ATM or the store and your kids are old enough to understand what door lock means, you leave them there, hey, lock that door. Okay. I don't really do that anymore in these times. Used to, parents maybe gone for an hour talking to somebody in the store and you're out there just playing with the radio. Guard the keypad with your body. Okay. Now, if you'll notice, most ATMs have two little mirrors right here most time, and it has a wide angle. That's what they're for. Okay, we got to look and see what's going on. So, but you need to guard the keypad with your body. All right. Don't let nobody see anything. Okay. If anybody's close enough to, right there, need to give them a little elbow. Okay. My little boy went out the other day and he got out of the car to go get some money out. He was like standing right behind this man. Like, why are you doing that to him? I said, get back. I was like, what are you doing? I was getting out of the car. I was like, son, don't ever stand close to people like that with money. You make them comfortable. All right, so carjacking. Keep doors locked and windows rolled up. Okay. So if you're somewhere, if you're chilling in the car, keep the doors locked. Never leave valuables in plain view. And look around, especially at places where you slow down or stop. Leave enough room to maneuver around the other cars. Drive in the center lane. Okay, so like I said, have a plan of action. We're sitting there at the red light. Don't be on your phone. Just because you're stopping doesn't mean you get text time. We need to look around. Okay, we need to see if somebody's coming around us. Why would we drive in the center lane? Would that warn? Yeah, exactly. What else? Does it warn people? People will be looking out like, what in the heck's going on with that lady or that man or whatever? Drive in the center lane. Okay. Keep your car in good working order. Make sure you have gas to fill up during the day. Stop riding on E. Okay, stop doing it. All right. I know everybody in this room. Oh, I still got 30 miles. That gas light just came on. Don't do that. Okay. What if something happens? We all learn from horror movies, right? What always happens? A car runs out of gas, right? Okay. How ridiculous that sounds, but it happens. Okay. Always have your keys out and ready to get in your car. Do not be fumbling with your key once you get to the thing. Don't all of a sudden in your purse. Yep, don't do that. Look around and under your car while walking to it. If something looks suspicious, walk past it. If you don't like what you're seeing, you don't have to stop and say, that ain't right. Keep walking, okay? Lock your doors immediately after you're entering and keep the doors locked at all times. If you're in that vehicle, the door's locked until you're ready to get out. Always. Okay. It's a lot easier. Okay. The guy tries to come undo your door. It's a lot easier if the door's locked. Hit the gas. Sucks for you. Right?
You can change it.
You can change. You gotta change it.
What is that? The combination?
Most cars you can change it.
It automatically unlocks when you put it in the car.
Most cars you can change it. Depends on your settings.
And you can go to your little settings and say, unlock when parked or.
Yeah.
Yep.
I can't
All right, so park in well-lighted public areas when possible. Always lock your car. Don't get out of your car if something looks odd. Drive away, okay? You pull up, you don't like it, something, get out of there. You don't have to park. If you don't like it, get out of there. Take the opportunity away. Look in your car when getting inside. That means in the back seat and the cargo area. Like I said, when you get in there, look in your back seat before you get in. Look anywhere, okay? Look anywhere you got. Look in the bed of your truck. If you're driving a truck, look back there. If you're attacking a parking lot, if you're able to, roll up on a car. Now, me, probably won't be able to fit up on a car. Pretty big, all right? But it makes it harder to get to you and call the police on yourself. So do it, like you said a while ago, what do we do if something happens? I do anything I can. If I can get away, if I can roll up under an SUV, whatever. You have to play get me. 90% of the time, I'm like, give me a minute. Wait, you crazy woman, I'm leaving, all right? Get around the cars, put something in between you and the assailant. Don't help strangers who break down. Call for help. Okay? There's nothing wrong. I know there's Christian duty. I know it's hard out to help people, but there's nothing wrong with saying, I'm scared, I'm gonna call the cops. I'm gonna call Highway Patrol. They'll help you. Okay? Call 911. Tell them who's to work down. If you get a flat tire, carefully drive carefully to the nearest well-lit area before you stop if you can. Okay, if you can't, call the police. Tell them you broke down. If you're in an accident, stay in your car until the police arrive. If you do not feel safe getting out, don't get out. What happened to your mama? Okay, boom. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. A lot of people do that on purpose. Oh, okay. All right, we're gonna wrap up here, but another thing I want to get into real quick is your home. Okay, keep your bushes and all your trim down. Don't let anything grow up over your house. Okay, security systems, lighting, guys. All it is about is being awareness. Okay, just have awareness and taking the opportunity away. Any questions?
Maybe if you do a few quick pointers on if someone does come up and grab us, like what
You want some?
Yeah. I mean, I know we're out of
Yeah.
time, but like if you can.
Get on up, girl. Come here. Do I need to be in front of the camera when she beats me up? All right. What you need? All right. So which one do you want to know? Anything? Somebody grabs from behind. Okay. So always remember this: when we get grabbed from behind, okay, the first thing we want to do always is do a distraction. Okay. Ooh, yeah. Kind of got me. I'm kind of breathing hard when you did that. I was like, oh no, stop me. Okay. Now, what we want to do is, yep, right here. Now, what do we have right here? Right here. Ooh, that's a soft target right here, right? You ever been hit in the nose before? Okay. So what we want to do is we want to drop our center of gravity. Okay. So what happens is when we're here, I'm trying to grab you. All you have to do is throw your arms up, okay, and drop your butt. You see that? You see that? Okay. All right, I'm gonna hook. Good job. Okay, so now once I've broken the hold, right? First thing the guy's gonna do when you do that, you're gonna stomp the foot, you're gonna headbutt, you're gonna do something. That's the distraction. What am I gonna do when you start hitting me? Because I'm gonna look like, well, she.
You're gonna try to grab me.
It takes my mind off this. Okay, so you distracted me. All right, so now throw your hands up, drop. Now, all I have to do is start pushing these hands up away from your face. So grab this elbow and push up, and run away. Okay, so way faster than that.
Yeah, I would lose them.
Yep.
Because they might have a
Well,
protective.
there's a lot of things like sexual assaulters. You not think they look and they're gonna wear cups because they know what you're gonna try to do? Sometimes people are on drugs. Okay, I've hit people a million times on drugs and it didn't do nothing to them, and I've hit them in the groin. You know what I mean? They just look at me like I'm stupid. Okay, so we need to do stuff that's gonna maim them. Okay, if a man can't see, he can't fight. Right? So eyes, if he can't breathe, he can't fight. Can I still fight you if you hit me in the groin? It might hurt later. Okay. Can I still fight you if I cannot breathe? And my brain can't get oxygen to think? Can't. Okay. Can I fight if I can't see? I can feel around, right? I can feel around for it, but I can't. I'm not going to be able to really do what I can do because I can't see you. Okay. So you can't breathe, you can't fight, you can't see, you can't fight. Okay. So when we're here, first thing we do is distraction. So if I'm trying to grab you and get you to pull away, you're going to stomp, do whatever you do, headbutt, drop your weight, and then you're going to have to run away. Okay. I said run away! Okay? All right, so drop your weight. Somebody grabs you by the wrist, okay, and says, all right, come on me. You're going to come on me. Now, the strongest part of this hand is all these fingers right here. So if she tries to roll away this way, I got all my buddies to help me. But if she rolls towards this way, away from my thumb, it's very hard for me to hold. Pull away from it. See that? I'm gonna hold you hard. Am I holding you hard?
Yeah.
Okay. So just grab my wrist. Like I said, even you. I'm gonna try to. I'm a man's man. Okay. So look. Okay. So now I'm pulling you now. Can I get away?
No.
You keep going down. Like that.
Oh, that was easy.
Okay? So, here, pull down towards you. Okay, so you can't really, I can hold you. Now you rip that hand up towards your face. Everybody see that? Always roll towards the thumbs. Don't roll towards where your fingers can help them. Always roll towards that thumb. Roll it and jerk away. Everybody see that? Okay, same thing. Somebody tries to grab you. We're going to look. Okay?
I'd roll both like that way.
Up this way. Yep.
Like
Towards the
up or
thumb. Towards the thumb. Look.
okay.
See where my thumbs are?
Here, come here.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so here. Pull it. Oop. Now what you gonna do?
Run.
You gonna run? Maybe just pay me a little bit. Maybe cha. Bye. Okay. All right. So it's an escape for everything. Okay, an escape for anything. Anything y'all want to see real quick because I know we're out of time. I'm gonna be honest with you. Depends on the situation. If I have an opportunity to run, I'd run. If it's a fight or flight situation, if I've got you in a corner here, and I'm like this, okay, so now what are you gonna do? Where's my thumb? Break and try to hit something. Here, scrape eyes, hit throat, anything. Move me out of the way and run. Okay? And that's a whole nother class. I can do it 4 hours or something. So, I appreciate it. Yeah, thank y'all so much. Appreciate y'all.
Yeah.
Well, just teach us